We will now move into the post-secondary education section. OMSAS will provide access to an online verification report after comparing all of your courses on your academic record against your transcript. The report will identify if there are missing transcripts or references. If you have any questions about the verification report, contact OMSAS immediately through SAM, which is this secure applicant messaging tool. Note the date that you need to report changes by, as noted in the OMSAS instruction booklet. Applicants must record all courses and marks, including failed, incomplete, repeated, and supplemental courses. The number and name of each course taken should be listed in the same order as it appears on the transcript. Work terms are credit, no credit, and are not included in your GPA. Work reports which receive a grade counts for 0.13, so you can't record it as that value isn't available in the grades drop-down box. PD courses are also credit, no credit, and can't be included in your GPA. And WDs are not entered and do not count towards the GPA. A failed pass-fail course is treated as 0 in your GPA. Courses for which a pass grade is assigned are counted for credit, but will not be included in the GPA calculations. You cannot add the fall term grades, so that's the term you are applying to med school. However, you can add prereqs to charts for specific universities under the school submissions section. This is a screenshot of the first level of the post-secondary education section. This level allows you to add all post-secondary education institutions attended. The degree field is optional, so if the institution you attend will not be the institution that will issue your degree or diploma, do not enter anything into that field. Also, don't be concerned if your degree doesn't match the one provided in the drop-down box. After completing this section, click on Academic Record to complete the next layer, which is the adding of your terms, called Year Summary. This is a screenshot of the year summary. All of the information we were telling you about is from the OMSAS help page. You have attended full-time if, based on the Ontario Traditional Academic Year System, you have the equivalent of 3 full-time courses or 6 half courses. 2 consecutive semesters should be grouped together as full-time. Rarely should the total lengths exceed 10. However, if you are a co-op student, group 2 academic semesters together, even if they are not consecutive. Use full-time as OMSAS makes adjustments when your transcript is reviewed. Please note, full-time doesn't mean full course load. You should use the semester duration for a single semester attended at a trimester school where 2 semesters are not completed in succession. The supplementary category should be used to record all courses taken as part-time, summer school, and/or intersession. If the summer was your regular academic session, then don't use supplementary. After completing each term, click on Course Details to add more information. This is a screenshot of the Add Course screen. Scale 3 and 7 are pulled from the GPA chart because you are attending University of Waterloo. Add in your course code and number, course name, grade, and course weight. Simply choose the weights as they appear on your transcript. The credit value weight will change on the next screen. So courses at UWaterloo are 0.50 credits, which equals 1 on the OMSAS system. Labs at Waterloo are 0.25, which equals 0.5 on the OMSAS system. However, if a lab is part of a course, so it's not graded separately, then it would be given a normal semester weight on OMSAS of 0.5. If you have a course in your transcript that says it will not be included in the UWaterloo GPA, it still needs to be added to the list of courses submitted to OMSAS. All GPA information is sent to individual med schools, and then each school decides which terms to use to calculate your GPA. Most schools want to see that applicants have completed a full course load each term, so that's 5 half lectures at Waterloo. Some schools do not count your GPA in the summer term, but will recognize prereq courses. These schools recognize the summer term if you are in co-op. This is a screenshot of the course summary screen completed. OMSAS length has been converted for you based on the information you inputted on the previous page. This is a screenshot of the OMSAS conversion chart that you can find on the OMSAS website. UWaterloo falls under column 3. Overall, you want to aim for 85 plus in each course. Graduate level courses don't count in overall GPA. However, you may get extra points for completion of a graduate degree at some of the Ontario med schools. This is an example of how marks are converted. This information was taken from the Thinking About Med School Perspectives of a Waterloo Grad workshop by Dr. Rob Moreland. This example lists courses that a student completed along with the grades. The last bullet point indicates how the grades were converted using the 4.0 scale. Add up the GPA for all the courses you completed and divide it by the number of courses you completed, and you will see your GPA. If you have lab courses where you earned a separate 0.25 credit, they will be worth half as much when averaging your GPA. We recommend using Excel to make your calculations easier. In Excel, set the columns up like this, with your transcript percent grade as the first column, the OMSAS converted grade on the 4.0 scale as the second column. The third will be the length of the course. So each lab will be 0.5 and each lecture will be 1. And finally, the value column, this is your OMSAS GPA times the course length. Then add up all of the columns and divide the total value by the total length to find your cumulative OMSAS GPA. Using these 2 lectures and 1 lab as a brief example, you can see that the lab grades are weighted half as much as the lectures. These are some tips about transcripts. No high school transcripts are required unless you were in an IB program. However, IB marks are not used in the GPA calculation. When you submit your OMSAS application, the transcript request form, referred to as the TRF, generates a request to an applicant's university to have a transcript sent electronically from the university to OMSAS. You need to complete the TRF form by October 1st, and if you have done that, then you have met the OMSAS deadline. If you need to order your transcript from outside Ontario, order it early enough so it is received by OMSAS by the deadline date. Please note that you must have transcripts sent to OMSAS from all post-secondary programs you have attended, including college programs. Faculties of medicine base their admission decisions on grades completed by the summer prior to the submission of your application. In other words, they won't review your fall grades. Don't send transcripts before August the 1st. OMSAS uses transcripts to verify students' marks and institution dates. A copy of your transcript is sent to all med schools where you are applying. The registrar's office told us that after registering for a course, it should appear on a transcript 24 to 48 hours after, so make sure that it has. NOSM states that in progress and upcoming winter courses must appear on your transcript, and if they don't, you will need to get a statement of registration from the registrar's office, which the University of Waterloo Registrar's Office cannot provide. To order your final transcript after receiving an offer, use the secure applicant messaging tool in OMSAS. Your final transcript must be received by OMSAS, not just the request form, by June the 30th. This is a screenshot of what the transcript request form, TRF for short, looks like. If you attended the same institution for both your undergraduate and graduate degrees, press Control and select undergraduate, and then press Control and select grad to order your 2 different transcripts.